Now, if you have the opportunity to have access to someone who is all-knowing, someone who is all-powerful, and someone who is all-present, what are you going to do with such a person in your life? What are you going to do with such a person? What is the result of having such a person in your life? I told you, reading from Acts chapter 1 verse 8, that the Holy Spirit is the power of God, the creative ability of God within you. If you have the Holy Spirit, you cannot say, I am not creative. I want to show you something else that you cannot say, that you should not say, that you should not allow. You shouldn't allow. Now listen to me, because some of the things that I'll be saying, some of you may struggle with it, but you have to remember how this works. God works by showing you a picture. He shows you the picture of who you are in Him. That person you are may not look like what you are now. It may not look like what you are now, but you have to accept it. That is why believing is important. You don't believe for what's obvious. You believe because there's a gap between what your eye sees and what the Spirit of God is showing you. So you stretch out your faith and believe. You believe. So let's go. Isaiah chapter 61 verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He had anointed me to preach good tidings or good news unto the meek, and had sent me to bind up the brokenhearted. I want you to look at this. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He had anointed me to preach good news. To preach good news, good tidings. Someone said, why is it that every time Pastor Chris preaches, every time he preaches, it's always good news, it's always nice, it's like God's blessing you? Why is it so? We have been appointed, anointed, commissioned to preach good news. The gospel is good news. It's good news. He said, I know the thoughts that I have for you. Thoughts of good and not of evil, to prosper you and to give you an expected end. I know the thoughts that I have towards you. So if His thoughts are thoughts of good, that means His word or message is also a message of good. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So if God's thoughts towards me, they are good, then if He sent me a message, that message or that word will be in the likeness of His thoughts towards me. Since His thoughts are thoughts of good and not of evil, to bring me to an expected end, that means His message to me, they are also good.